Hello, kaiju nerds. Katyvern here, and today I'm gonna review the Canister encounter round from the 2018 movie Rampage. And yes, the 2018 movie Rampage is actually based on the video game with characters of the same name. A monkey named George, well, specifically a gorilla. A lizard named Lizzie, which for some reason changed to a crocodile, or alligator in the movie, and Ralph the Wolf, which is the one I'm reviewing right now. And as you can tell, he's in the middle of his mutation when he got affected by the canister. But yeah, this is the Lanard. Canister encounter Ralph. And yeah, let's get the reviewing on this wolf, shall we? And yes, Lanard has actually made the ones that have completely mutated. But the thing is, it's pretty hard to find it, especially since it's aftermarket. I was just lucky to find this guy for a rather decent price. Decent price. He's not very, I was lucky enough to find him for at least $27. But if you're lucky enough to find him for cheaper, good on you. But this is a pretty good figure, though. A really good figure. Nonetheless. So let's get on to the review, and let's look at the skeletal. The face is very well sculpted. You even got the mouth that's pretty well sculpted as well. Pretty well detailed in the mouth. You can even feel it. Yeah, you can even feel the roof of it, sorta. You can see the tongue in there. It's very well detailed. The paws, the detailing on the paws. Even has a little extra claw feet, the little longer claw features. Because keep in mind, Ralph may be a wolf, but he's in the middle of mutation. So he's a lot bigger and a lot ferocious. Very well detailed the back legs, all that fur detail. Right, a little detail right there. There is a slight smooth point here at the tip of the tail, but that's okay because it would rather be a very thin part to try to make a sculpt of. Kind of a smooth point under here too, but you know, it's kind of probably for a reason. So yeah, the sculpt work is a 9 out of 10. Or 9.5 out of 10. Now, let's move on to another interesting part of this guy, the paint job. As you can tell, he very much resembles the gray wolf he is in the movie, with a nice brownish paint, a nice grays throughout his body. Like you can see from a certain point that this is meant to be a gray wolf that mutated, exception to the pink spots, which is supposed to represent his mutation, and probably where his webbings would be when he's gliding when he finally mutates. Very well painted the claws. Didn't expect anything really less from Lanard. Very well painted the ears. Very well painted nose, and a very well painted mouth too. Very precise, to say the least. But this does come at a little bit of a price, though. His eyes are very well painted precisely in, but his eyes do suffer a bit from a light derping issue. Like at the pupils, it looks rather derpy. And well, but that's okay though. It's a rather derpy looking paint job, but it's a good paint job. 8 out of 10. Very well done. Now we can get to another part of this review, the articulation. Well, now, this kind of might be where it kind of may be a little lacky, because you have to get him in a certain position in order for him to actually stand. Like, watch this. You have to get him in a certain position. If you move him otherwise, that could happen. He does tend to topple over really easily if you don't, get him in a certain position, or he will remain standing up. And that's also because he's also in a very weird pose, too. So it makes it a little bit worse for his toppleness. And he's got like 5 points of articulation. Kind of almost a 180 at the right leg. Almost 180 at the left leg. Left front leg. Sorry. Almost 180 at the back leg. Almost 180 at the right back leg. Back leg. Ugh. But yeah, and this guy has 5 points, and also it has a little slight 90-degree angle with the mouth. So that way he can look like he's talking a little. But yeah, articulation ain't exactly the best. It also doesn't really help with the fact that he's technically kind of just stuck in a pose. So the articulation really doesn't help. I think in terms of articulation, I think the Lanard Xenomorph the warrior I reviewed earlier, definitely has a better job with the articulation than Ralph here, who is stuck in a default pose. Has articulation, you can't make him look like he's jumping, but you can't really make him stand up that well if you do. If you really want to put him on a display, yeah, I recommend putting him back in his default pose, like this, so that way he don't accidentally topple over. It's really not a bad figure. That's kind of my gripe with it. So it's probably like a 7 out of 10. I get what Lanard was trying to do, but it just, yeah. So in total points, this figure would be a 24.5 out of 30. For this guy, he's not really that bad of a figure, but he does kind of have a little lackluster qualities, like, of course, the articulation, because this guy is technically stuck in a default pose. And also about the other two, I don't have them yet. If I do get to find them, I will, like I said, will also review them. But I think I might try to focus on getting the Lanard Ralph, when he's finally mutated. I can see if I can try to manage to find him first, but that's going to take me a while, so for another Rampage themed review, it's going to be a while. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, this has been the review on the 2018 Lanard Ralph Canister Encounter Ralph from the movie Rampage. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, drop a like, subscribe. If you didn't, well, whatever. This has been the review.